All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Happy Friday. So we're just getting started here. There we go. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Canyon Prince, and this is our welcome to the Human Reboot. This is our second weekly live. I'm just doing Streamlabs on this, so I'm trying to kick out to various platforms. Let me just get this set up here. Let's see, webcam wants to come here. Boom, there we go. Okay, so that should all be working. All right. Thanks, Navi, but I don't need a co-host right now. So yeah, hey everybody, my name is Canyon Prince. This is the Human Reboot. This is week 2 of our weekly AI recap and deep dive. We are streaming this over on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and over there you can see my screen and stuff that I'm working with as well, because we're going to be going through a lot of like a full AI workflow today. And then on TikTok, you guys just get my lovely face, because for some reason I still can't connect it to OBS software. So I'm sorry. Also, you're welcome. I don't know. But if you're interested, TikTok peeps, in seeing what we're working with, head over to my channels on YouTube or on Instagram. It's at Canyon Prince, CANYONPRINCE. So it's a little different from my TikTok handle, because some jerk already had at Canyon Prince on TikTok, even though he hasn't posted like anything with it. So that is kind of irksome. So on TikTok, I am Canyon Prince Official, but everywhere else, it's Canyon Prince. So yeah, happy Friday again. We are in the middle of a 365-day experiment that I'm calling the Human Reboot Experiment. And it's just the idea that I'm seeing if over the course of 365 days, using AI, I can build a life which enables me to be anywhere in the world, because I travel a lot. And being able to generate income from various things. And so we started the Human Reboot Experiment on March 1st. So we are 34 days into it. This is day 34 of the Human Reboot Experiment. I've been documenting on all my socials every day. We've been doing a lot of crazy stuff. The biggest is I built an OpenClaw system. So I have a micro PC over on my other desk, and I've built a full OpenClaw system. I named him Banyan, and he and I talk. Originally, we talked through Telegram, just messaging, and then I upgraded to a Discord. So that's been a game changer, just being able to do all of these, have all of these different chats and things going on in Discord. So let's see. Let me do this. I'm going to move some stuff around for the full screen. Maybe make me a little bigger. Sorry, there's always a few technical little things we gotta sort out at the beginning. There we go. And then I can move this over here. Even more. Okay, so then you can see, that's good. You can see what is going on, and I'll move this guy here. Okay. Sorry about that. A little housekeeping. Okay, so yeah, we've built this thing into Discord, so I've got a bunch of different channels and stuff, and my video is kind of blocking it. I'll hide this just for a second on our full screen YouTube peeps so you can see this. But these are all my server channels that I have for Banyan. So these are, essentially it's like Slack. If anybody uses Slack, or if you use Discord, then you know what channels are. But they're basically rooms, and so you can separate into topics. So that's been really useful because I'm working with him on so many different things. We're developing a lot of apps, websites, things like that. We're doing a lot of writing. A little bit about me. If you don't know, I'm a filmmaker by trade. I live in Hollywood, California. I've been working in the film business for 20 something years, directing features mainly. I write, I produce as well, and I own a visual effects company called Cinevision Post FX. So it kind of handled the entire workflow of films from development all the way through to delivery. I had a movie that came out in December. My last film I directed called Pandora, Fire and Ice, which is a sci-fi action movie. And you can see that on all the streaming platforms and things. But so, I've always been kind of interested in tech as it relates to film and been doing a lot. And during the pandemic, I got into virtual production and started a company, and we built a virtual production stage in Belfast, Ireland. And I was super heavy into Unreal Engine and all of that. But AI is kind of, in the film world and how I was using Unreal Engine, AI is kind of making that obsolete. It looks great, but it doesn't look anywhere near the stuff that AI is kicking out. So I've been really focusing on AI, not just with generative AI, but with automation as well. And that's a lot of the stuff that Banyan and I have been working on. It started as developing apps and software and stuff that pertain to the film industry. And, we developed this idea of like the frictionless life. And we use in all of our stuff hashtag be frictionless. It's the idea that if you can use AI to handle all the things that create friction in your life, then you can, spend more of your time living and less time doing all the stuff that you hate to do. So that's been the idea of this thing, and so then it kind of went on from there. So projects that we're working on now is our big social media content manager that we'll get into later today, and then some other stuff that we'll be announcing. We're going to be announcing another one tomorrow. So make sure that you're following me on all the socials if you want to keep up to date with what we're creating and releasing, because it's all really cool stuff and really useful stuff. Kind of my approach to all of this is, looking at my own life, my own workflows and stuff, figuring out what causes me friction, the things that take up a lot of my time and the things that I don't like to do, and then figuring out, along with Banyan, how to develop apps and websites that take care of all of that. So that is a little bit about us. This is a weekly AI recap as well. So just a couple things that have happened. I mean, so much happens every week with AI because it's such a new technology. And anytime a new technology comes on the scene, it's just growing exponentially, right? And AI is that on drugs. It's like 100,000 times faster evolutions than anything else we've seen. And it's here to stay, in my opinion. So that's why I'm trying to learn how to use all of this and how it's useful for me, and then help other people to figure it out as well. So big things that happened this past week. So OpenClaw came out officially as OpenClaw in February. So a couple months. It's open source. It's the biggest open source in the history So bigger than Linux and Blender and things like that. And everybody is, in the tech world is using it. NVIDIA just announced that they are building their own OpenClaw system mainly for enterprise, big companies and things like that. And then Mark Zuckerberg also announced that Meta is developing their own as well. Hey, Liz on TikTok, how you doing? And so Zuckerberg said, "Hey, happy birthday to little brother Dixon. What's going on?" Um, so Zuckerberg, Meta's making their thing, and kind of everybody's idea of the future is that the internet is going to be a place where humans, for the most part, don't really use it anymore, and it's just all of these AI agents and stuff using the internet because everyone will automate and everyone will have AI agents that are just doing things for them. And Zuckerberg was saying that he, thinks that eventually we will get to the point where there will be more AI agents on the planet than humans. The idea being that everyone will have multiple agents. So I have, Banyan, who is doing a lot of stuff, and he has different sub agents that he creates to do different things and create different things. And then today we just launched Danyan. You see a trend here, right? Canyon, Banyan, Danyan. So Danyan is going to be kind of the face of the social media world and stuff like that. That video dropped today introducing Danyan. So if you're curious to meet her, you can go to the socials again at Canyon Prince and check those out. I think it's on TikTok as well. So those are, that to me is like when you have huge companies like NVIDIA and Meta saying, hey, this is a thing, we need to pay attention to it, we're getting in the game and we're developing our own things, that means something. So that's the OpenClaw side of stuff. That's a lot of what I've been doing the past 3 weeks or so. Yeah, I'm looking at my posting calendar now, and it looks like day 10 of the human. So March 10th is when I announced, when I first talked about OpenClaw, and now we're at day 34. So I've been using OpenClaw for about 24 days. And I've already learned so much, and it's automated so much. It's right now it's working on version 4 of the beta version of the social media content platform that we'll talk about. So it's working while I'm doing this, which is great. So hopefully that gives you an idea of kind of what's happening and how this thing is working. It's basically one person can create AI robots essentially that handle all the things, and basically anything you do with a computer on your phone, then OpenClaw and AI can handle that. So it's super powerful stuff. Also, Elon Musk, now I guess retired from politics and back into the tech world, just said that he thinks that the first jobs that are going to go away are white collar jobs. And he was saying that if your job entails anything having to do with typing on a keyboard, like using a computer, AI is going to replace you. That's just where we're headed. So again, it's like, let's figure out, all of us, how to use this stuff, so that we can start generating money elsewhere and things, and using OpenClaw. And also, a big job that we're going to see, I just saw a list of like the 10 jobs that if you're looking for a career change, you should focus on. And 9 of the 10 all had to do with AI, and it was stuff like AI agent managers. So the idea being, if you understand AI and OpenClaw and stuff and how to utilize that and how to task it and debug it and stuff like that, that's going to be something that will be very valuable, a skill that's very valuable, because companies are going to have to hire people to manage all of these agents and stuff. And a big company may have thousands of agents that are doing different things: customer service agents, research agents, sales agents, content management agents, all of these things. So it's a big turning point, I think, worldwide. Um, so it's super exciting stuff. I am a AI optimist, so I, am not as worried about the robots taking over. I think it's going to democratize a lot of stuff. My neighbor uses AI to help him with stock trading and things like that, which, big stock trading companies on Wall Street have had software and stuff that is proprietary to them that they've been using for years to trade in the blink of an eye and make, nanosecond trades and things like that. But now we, as regular people, have the ability to do that as well, which is super exciting. So, okay, enough about OpenClaw for the moment. The other big thing that happened in the world of AI this week was on the generative AI front, and that is that Seedance 2.0, which is created by ByteDance, who also created TikTok. It has gone live worldwide, with the exception of the US and one other company. So everybody except us in the US pretty much has straight access to this thing. They have released APIs to companies, so all of our aggregator generative AI companies are slowly rolling that into their services that they provide for a subscription fee. Yesterday it hit Higgsfield AI, which is one of the biggest ones. Higgsfield, launched Higgsfield Studio and just paid a real life actor $1 million to become the face of Higgsfield. So this actor who had never really acted before, they basically paid him $1 million to use his likeness, and now they're putting him in all of their series and stuff. They just released 20 trailers for projects, and then people are voting on Higgsfield to which ones they will start making other episodes for. So super exciting stuff with that. It hit Fall AI, I believe. It hit Top View and a few others. There is a workaround if you are in the US to accessing Seedance. I don't know if I can say it on the live stream, but if you know anything about computers and accessing things in other countries that you usually aren't able to access, then you probably know how to do it. You can always DM me as well, and I will tell you how. It's pretty simple. But so you can go to Higgsfield AI in a certain way, and then be able to access Seedance 2.0, which launched on Higgsfield yesterday afternoon. You do have to have a business account with Higgsfield to use it. But if you have, if you have any kind of business incorporation or LLC or anything like that, I have several. You can just set up your account as a business, and then you can have access to Seedance. Those are the big announcements that I've been paying attention to in the course of AI this week. So that is our weekly recap. And now we are going to get into a workflow that I'm super excited about. So excited that I almost did an impromptu. Hey, what's up, Brendan Patrizio? I always thought your name was Patrizio, and I almost emailed Judith saying she spelled your name wrong in the credits, but I looked it up, and then I was like, oh no, I am mistaken. Brendan is a very talented producer. He produced the sci-fi movie that came out in December that I directed. He is here on TikTok. So what's up, buddy? So what we're going to do today, we are going to start this process. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to take a sip. Banyan and I are in the process of creating a social media AI content manager. And what that came out of is, before I started this experiment March 1st, I was posting maybe like once every 4 to 6 weeks, if that. Now that we're in the experiment, I'm posting every day, and it takes a lot of time and trying to figure out, sometimes I don't know what to post and things like that. So I, had the idea of working with Banyan to create a essentially a social media team, right? Who knows what I'm working on, understands me and my brand and my voice and things like that, and then can help me figure out what to post for the day. And Gary V, who's been around forever and is, a trailblazer in the world of social media, he recently posted something and he was like, it's not enough anymore to just post one video a day. You have to post multiple times a day, and you want to create a story. And as a filmmaker and a writer, I understand story, right? So you want to arc throughout the day. So you post something in the morning that poses something, and then you have a series of posts and that create engagement around that topic, and then you do like a recap at the end of the day. So your goal is to post 3 to 5 posts throughout a day that kind of all build on one another. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, how do I make a system that can essentially do that for me, help brainstorm that for me? So that's what we've been building, Banyan and I. And I will, for the peeps not on YouTube, and again, YouTube, if you want to see my screen, hop on over to YouTube or Instagram at Canyon Prince. But for everybody else, I'm going to switch up my screen real quick and show you what we're looking at here. Let's see which one it is. Stand by. It is not that one. Let me try something real quick. Sorry again, this is the first OBS stuff. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is it. Cool. Okay. The technical beauty of live streaming and learning new tech. So this is version 3 of the beta of this content manager, and basically the way it does, it runs in the morning at 7:30 in the morning, and it searches the internet and it finds out what things are trending, what hashtags are trending, what people are talking about, and things like that, and then figures out of all of those things what applies to my brand and what I'm talking about and stuff, and then it creates content for that day. So this ran, and by 8 o'clock it was ready to go. So I would just log in and come, and it has today's execution plan. Let me move this guy so you can see it. So today's execution plan starts with a carousel at 8:30 a.m. And this is the master caption that you would just copy and paste into your platforms. It suggests for the carousel posting to Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And then it has per platform optimization of the actual captions. And then you can just press this button and copy it and then drop it into the platform. And then it's created these carousel slides with, some text on it based on today's topic. And then these, it generated these video or these photos based on kind of my brand. So my brand being filmmaking. So you got a guy in like moody split lighting here. Then you got this lady like getting a camera ready and checking on the monitor. And then over here you got somebody's script notes with coffee stains. It looks like some camera batteries and some lens caps. Editing timeline on this computer. And then you got this guy running, looks like that's probably Premiere Pro, I think, that he has on there. I cut on DaVinci, but Premiere is fine as well. And so it creates all that. So eventually this thing will fully automate. So it'll just do this all for you. You log in, you look, you figure out, if you need to make tweaks or anything, and then you press a button and it sends it out. But for now, it shows you this stuff, and then you just copy and paste it into your platforms. So that's the first post. And then at 12:15, we do a reaction video. And then it's written a script for this reaction, which is more ideas are usually not the problem, weak execution is. And since this thing is built on OpenClaw, it knows, I talk to it all day long through Discord. So it understands my voice. It's also, I have 100 videos over on YouTube. So it's gone through all those and gone through the transcripts so that it can create kind of my voice and my brand so that when I post these things, it sounds like I wrote it and not that AI wrote it. And then these go to TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. And then this is the reaction sources. We're just testing this right now. So this was a video that I posted a week or so ago of Banyan, and so it was just testing if it could go to the website, find a news article that happened in the last 24 hours that relates to my brand and the topic of the day, and then it would grab a screen grab so that then I can just, when I record this script right here, I could just do it in like the Instagram Edits app with the green screen on, so it's just my head, and then use this screen grab that it got of the article or whatever and put that in the background. So again, I don't have to go and find the article and grab a screen grab and all that stuff. It does it all for me. Then at 3:30, we do an engagement post to Instagram Stories, X, and Facebook. And this is just essentially a poll, right? So the caption is, would you rather have 20 weak ideas or one strong idea you can turn into a full day of content? If you're into this, vote and tell me why. Then it has some hashtags. And then this is the image that it created for the background of that poll. So you would drop that in as the image, and then you would put the poll on top, and you post that to your socials. Again, this is a very cinematic. Probably a director walking from monitor. He's got his director script, and he's walking to set to go talk to his actors and give notes. And again, it generated all of this by itself before I even woke up, so I don't have to go and generate all the images and everything. It's all done for me. And then the last post of the day is a recap, which is another video. This is more like just like this, like talking to camera, where I kind of recap the day's theme, and it wrote the script again in my voice. This would go to TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. And then it's got the different copy and stuff, and we would just click copy caption, drop it in, drop in the video, and then we're good to go. So that is the social media AI content manager that Banyan and I are currently building and stress testing and things like that. Eventually, we will be releasing this to the public, and I think it's going to be a game changer for everybody. So that's where we're starting. So today, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to get into generative AI. So I want to create an ad for this product, social media ad to run on, on Meta through Meta ads. So Instagram and Facebook to run and to get people hyped about this thing and, have them sign up to join a wait list. And then once we launch, then we will, be able to hit up all those people, and it'll be like a monthly subscription service to use the website to do all of this. So we want to make an ad. So I thought it would be a good idea to kind of take us through the entire process of how I would go about that. So how we start, generally, there's a couple ways you can start. With writing, you used to, I would use an LLM. So, something like Google Gemini, right? So you have Google Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. I think Google Gemini is probably the best all-around LLM. It's really good at writing and things like that. Perplexity is mainly just for research, so deep research on the internet. Claude is good at writing, also really good at coding. ChatGPT is kind of a all-in-one LLM as well, like Gemini, but I prefer Gemini over ChatGPT and OpenAI AI. So if this is all you have, you would use this, and it would be the same process that I'm going to show you. For me, I am going to do it in OpenClaw with Banyan, since I've already built out this whole thing. So let me hop on over to Discord. And so here we are in Discord, and I'm in this channel training ads. I have this one here, ads, which is what I've been using, but I started a new one today just for this training so that we can kind of see how it works. So the idea is you want to use an LLM as like a brainstorming partner. So this is set up, it knows based on the work I did yesterday in the ads channel, I know that I tend to go towards narrative film ads instead of like brand ads, you know, like an Apple ad where it's like, oh, buy the new iPhone. I like and want to create more like cinematic film ads where it's like a story and it's fun to watch, like watching a TV show or something like that. So we identified that, and then I built in kind of a workflow of how it works. So with this thing, I go in, and the first thing I'll write is I'll just actually talk to it, because that's another thing. You can type into all of these LLMs, but you can also talk into it, which is a lot faster. So we will, let's see if I remember how to. Nope, that is not it. I should remember this. Well, to get started, I'll type it. So we say new ad. We'll say social media AI content manager web app that helps you generate all of your day's content without spending hours doing so. And then we hit enter, and then we can see Banyan is typing, and he's going to come back and reply with some questions, hopefully, if this works. Yeah, okay, great. So perfect. We're in a new ad mode. Step one, what style lane is this in? So these are the styles that we have figured out that I kind of like for ads. So they're very like film centric, right? So we have a Guy Ritchie ad, a Tarantino ad, Kevin Smith ad, a Judd Apatow ad, a Euphoria ad, or an Entourage ad. And then it says, you already gave me the product and the core promise, generated full day's content without spending hours doing so. So what style lane do we want? For this one, I want to go for Entourage style. So I just saw that Entourage season 9 is happening. So the show is coming back, which is great. I used to, being in the film industry, I used to watch that show religiously every week before it was on streaming, when we actually had to tune in every, I think it was like Sunday night, and watch it. So we're going to say Entourage and hit enter, and then Banyan will type, and we'll wait for his response. Okay, so what are we selling? Right now I have social media AI content. Yep, okay. Give me a sharper version you want to use. Product name. It doesn't have a name yet. Outputs 4 congruent posts throughout the day, focused on a theme, and it's built for content creators and entrepreneurs who want to post more but spend less time doing so. And again, in like ChatGPT and Gemini, you can just press the little microphone and talk to it. I don't know how to do that on Discord, which is why I'm typing it, but I will figure that out for the next live stream. Okay, so who's it for? You gave me the brand audience. Now narrow it down. Solo creators, coaches, agency owners, local business owners, founder, builder, building a personal brand. Let's say solo creators and personal brands. So it's just a process of talking to this thing and helping it understand what you want to make. And then it's going to help us start breaking this whole thing down. So fill in they want, what do they want? They to look consistent online, grow faster, stay visible, turn content into clients. They want to grow their social media and brand awareness. And they're stuck in not having enough time to create and post meaningful amounts of content, right? So you want to post, you want to grow, you want to have multiple posts in a day so that you can create momentum and stuff, but that's a lot of work, takes a lot of time. And the whole idea of the human reboot experiment, or human reboot in general, is that we want to spend less time working so that we can spend more time living. So figuring out how to offline 90% of the workload to AI so that we only have to do 10% of it, and then we can spend the other 90% of our lives living instead of working. Okay, so what should the viewer feel? Relieved, excited, seen, energized, ambitious, validated, jealous, like they're finally ahead, something else. I want they should feel optimistic, like if they use this product, they can achieve all the success they dream of, right? Which is, I think, why the Entourage style will be good, because that show is all about fame and Maseratis and Hollywood parties and stuff like that. So I have a inkling of an idea of what I want this ad to be, but we'll go through this and then we'll see what's going on. Okay, so what kind of ad is this? Structurally, short film, scene fragment, monologue, chaotic, ensemble, mood piece, dialogue heavy. It's a short film / trailer. And then it says, for an entourage like Lane, my instinct is dialogue heavy or chaotic ensemble. We'll say short film trailer, showing before and after from crappy Hollywood 1-bedroom apartment to Hollywood Hills mansion and huge parties, right? So it's kind of my idea. It's like we start with this guy or this woman in like a crappy 1-bedroom apartment in like Hollywood on like a laptop with like a mattress on the floor or something, trying to post their stuff and working a job that they hate, and then by the end of the ad they're living their best life. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, and then it just gave us a crap ton of stuff, and that's how fast this thing just wrote all this. So we'll breeze through this real quick. Okay, so it gives us a kind of a breakdown of what we did. Its take: this is strong as a fantasy escalation ad. We should be careful not to make the product feel like it literally guarantees mansion party success. Sure, cool. The app is the unlock for consistency, visibility, and momentum, not press button, become rich. Okay. Next move, now we build the core and premise. here are the 3 premise directions. So it's going to give us some options. So the alternate timeline trailer. A struggling creator in a tiny apartment is drowning in unfinished content ideas. Then we see the what if he had a system version. Same person now moving through a high stake, fast paced creator life. Why it works, very cinematic, easy before after contrast, aspirational. Number 2, the movie trailer for a creator comeback. Voiceover like a dramatic trailer. In a world where posting consistently felt impossible, we watch a creator go from chaos and excuses to polished daily presence and rising status. Why it works, very easy to structure, strong trailer energy, less dialogue needed. And then the third option, success montage with the hidden engine. Open on the mansion, party, social proof, confidence movement, then smash cut back to the real secret. It wasn't glamour first, it was finally having a system. My recommendation is number 1, because it gives a visual before and after, emotional transportation. But I actually like number 2, movie trailer for a content comeback. So let's do that. We'll just say number 2. That's what we like. And yeah, if you have any questions and stuff, feel free to drop it in the comments. Hopefully I'll see it. They're coming pretty fast. Okay, so now we'll just click up here, go to the top. Good, okay. Movie trailer, cinematic rise from chaos. So now we need 3 things. Opening state, what's the creators before look like? Overwhelmed and behind, talented but invisible, full of ideas but never posting inconsistently, addicted to overthinking something else. I like talented but invisible, right? Because it's like for years before social media and everything, I believed that the key to huge success isn't talent, it's like the right PR person. The right PR person could sell anybody to be the next big thing. And now social media is kind of that. If nobody knows you exist, then it doesn't matter how talented you are. So we'll do talented but invisible. Transformation signal. What is the first sign life is changing? His content calendar is suddenly full. Posts finally look coherent. Engagement starts moving. Brand starts feeling real. Opportunities start showing up. They feel in control for the first time. Let's say engagement starts moving, because that I think will be a good visual that we can see. And then what is the trailer's final flex shot? Walking into a Hollywood Hills party, phone blowing up with traction, assistant team around them, luxury house, content setup, cameras flashing, event vibe, this person has arrived energy. I think cameras flashing, premiere, event vibe will be cool. That's where we'll end at the end. So like that, is that the Oscars or movie premiere or something like that? And you can see how this, as a writer, sometimes you write solo, sometimes you write with a partner. And essentially this is what it is when you write with a partner, is you're just like brainstorming ideas. What if this? What if this? What do you think he or she should do, in the first act, in the second act, third act? So this is just essentially providing you with a writing partner that you can have 24/7. And the crazy thing is, like, this isn't just for writing a movie or something like this. Like, you can use this to write ads for any of your stuff, anything you're selling, your business, also your brand, just using this to write, come up with good ideas for content and stuff that people will share and like and respond to. So add skeleton, the before, the change, and then the final image. Core premise. This becomes a trailer about a creator who was never lacking talent, just lacking the system that turned talent into visible momentum. And that's a much stronger ad than sad creator gets rich. It says, you were not the problem, your workflow was. I like that. That's good. You aren't the problem, your workflow is. Okay, here's 3 possible trailer angles. The world finally notices the creator was always good enough. They were just buried under inconsistency. The tone is emotional, aspirational, and polished. Angle B, he was one system away. Trailer voice frames the whole rise. Like this person wasn't missing ambition, they were missing an engine, more direct, sharper, more ad like. And then angle C, from invisible to unavoidable, leans hardest into status escalation, tiny apartment, ignored post, no traction, biggest glow up, highest fantasy, most cinematic. So yeah, he recommends angle C. And so yeah, we'll agree with that. I like angle C. And then now we use the narration style: dramatic, cinematic, hype and luxurious, slightly self aware, clever. I think we'll do angle C. And then any of these could work, but I kind of, social media, usually people seem to respond the most if it's fun, if it's funny, and things like that. So let's go with and number 3. And then we'll see what it kicks out here. So yeah, this is just the development side, and then it's going to write the script for us. And then from there, we're going to take it and start generating the actual content and things for this. Okay, so it's got our locked direction. And then here's the first clean concept: unavoidable. So that's the concept title. Talented creators stuck in anonymity, tiny apartment, chaotic workflow, unfinished ideas, low traction. The trailer frames this like a star origin story, not because they suddenly become talented, but because they finally had a system turning their ideas into daily visibility. Then we escalate. Engagement starts moving, the brand starts feeling coherent, the creator starts getting seen, and by the end, they're moving through a red carpet premiere night world like someone who has finally arrived. And then it's giving us some rough trailer voiceover direction, something like he had the idea, he had the taste, he even had the camera angles. What he didn't have was time. So while everyone else was posting 4 times a day, he was still rewriting caption number 1. But then everything changed. 1 theme, 4 posts, a full day of content handled. Suddenly, the algorithm had a new favorite. The views moved, the brand clicked, the room started noticing. And just like that, he went from invisible to unavoidable. Why this works, it keeps his fantasy, but the actual mechanism is believable, not magic success, consistent visible output. Then next up, we should choose the format of the actual script. 30-second trailer, 45, 60, beat sheet first, then full script. Let's do a 45-minute or 45-second trailer, and then we'll do the beat sheet and then the full script. And if you wanted to tweak this, you can keep tweaking it, but for the purposes of this, I think that's fine. I think we're in a good place. And what's up to everybody over on TikTok? Again, if you want to see what I'm working on the screen, make sure to go over to YouTube or to Instagram at Canyon Print, so you can see my screen share as well. Okay. So let's put the beat sheet together. Unavoidable. Beat 1. We open on a creator in a cramped 1 bedroom. They're clearly talented. Nice camera. Ideas everywhere. Nothing is landing. Point of the beat. The person's not lazy. Then we have beat 2. The bottleneck. We show the real enemy. Hours disappearing into planning. Blah, blah, blah. Beat 3. The unlock. Enter the product. An AI content manager web app. Before movement, now engagement starts moving, post connect. Beat 5, status escalation, better outfits, faster pacing, better locations, people noticing. Beat 6, unavoidable, the final trailer crescendo, cameras flash, premiere event vibe, arriving energy, public recognition. So those are the beats. That would, if we were writing a movie script, we would beat it out first before we went to the script, and that way all the like set pieces that are happening. So okay, this first beat is this, then we go to B2, B3, and then once you like flesh all that out, then you go to script mode, and that's what we're essentially doing here. So then script shape, before he writes it, do you want the voiceover to be a classic trailer narrator, cool modern trailer, on-screen text, hybrid VO plus punchy text cars? We'll say cool modern, and then also a hybrid, because since it's social media, we're going to want text and stuff. So we'll say 2 and 4, and we'll let it do its thing. And again, you see how seamless this is. I just answer a couple questions and then it gives us all the information. All right. So now it's written the first run of the script here. So the first draft. 45 seconds. Open, cramped Hollywood one-bedroom apartment, late night, laptop glow, drafts everywhere, VO, text card, talented, not seen, fast cuts, half-written scripts, unsent posts, beat shift to the cleaner UI, one theme entered. So it just breaks down essentially everything that we talked about. I'm not going to read it through all of that. But if you were making an actual ad, you would, and you could tweak anything just by talking to it. Hey, I don't like this, change this, or let's elaborate on this a little bit. And then next move, want me to make one of these for you next? Make it more funny, make it more luxurious, make it sharper, turn this into a shot list, turn this into a scene by scene production prompt. So let's say make it funnier, right? Because again, funny works on social media. If it's funny, people will share it. And, the more people see your ad, the better it is for you and your brand and your whatever you're selling. So we'll say make it funnier. So it's going to make it funnier while we sit here and wait for a couple of seconds. And it's done. Again, I'm not going to read it, but it made it funnier. And then it gives a summary, which is nice. So it says it adds punchier jokes, more personality, a little ego and charm, more Hollywood insider energy. This version is closer to the right lane. If we keep going, I'd do one of these next. Push it even more entourage and more dialogue-y. Tighten this into a clear final ad. Turn this into a shot list plus visuals. Give you 3 alternate hooks. Let's say we want 2, 3. Let's turn this into a shot-by-shot image prompt. And then shot-by-shot video prompt. And so essentially the way the workflow goes, once you have the script, the best way to do it is you want to create your images first. It just seems better. Now, Cdance 2.0 is kind of its own thing, and apparently it's really good with just taking text prompts and making amazing things. But we're not going to use Cdance today. We're going to use other tools. So we want a prompt and we want to start with an image. So we want to dial in the imagery. And then once we have that, once we have all of our images, then we'll take those into a video generator and turn those images into video. So what I just asked it to do is basically give us all the prompts for the images, and then also to give us all of the prompts for the video once we have the images. So it's doing it now. We'll wait for it to be done. It's done already. Okay, so it's created a series of shots here. It looks like 14 shots. So let's see, if generally you got your shots are 5 seconds. What is that, 50? Yeah, so that should be enough. So part 1, shot by shot image prompts. Use the same lead character throughout. Male creator in his late 20s, attractive but relatable, dark, stylish, casual wear, Hollywood aspirational vibe, expressive face, cinematic lighting. So I'm gonna we're going to move into another window in a second. So we'll just go through this. Got the tiny apartment, content chaos, frustration, re-recording takes, the system appears, control replacing chaos, full day of posts, engagement begins moving, personal brand sharpening, better spaces, people noticing, event entrance, camera flashes, final hero shot. Those are our images and those are the beats of the trailer. And then below that, it has the video prompt. So I'll just give you an example of the first video prompt: a cinematic slow push in on a young male content creator in a cramped one-bedroom Hollywood apartment late at night, sitting at a desk surrounded by camera gear, laptop glow, ring light in the background, cold coffee nearby, unfinished captions on screen, mood board notes on the wall, exhausted but talented energy, moody indie film lighting, realistic cinematic motion. So that's the prompt for the actual video clip once we have the images dialed in. So it did all of those, 14 as well. And then it says after that, Banyan will add matching on-screen text and video. We'll come back for that later, but we're going to go into generating these images first. So I'm going to switch the screen here and we are going to go over to Chrome and talk about that. So there's a couple ways you can do this. If you have a Google account, you have access to all of Google's AI tools. And if you have a Pro account, then you have access to even more. They have a ton of great stuff. Google, makes Nano Banana, which is, by far one of the best image generators. They also make VEO, which is one of the best image generators. Kling 3.0 is really good as well. And then CDance 2.0, which we talked about earlier, it seems to be kind of the best right now. For this, we'll probably use VEO today. So if you have Google, you can go into Google Gemini and do it. You can just click these tools and select this, create an image, or select this, create a video, and then it'll basically bring Nano Banana or bring VEO into the chat space, and then you can generate things. Now, I've discovered that there's usually lower quotas of images and video that you can create in just the regular Gemini. But then Google also has Google AI Studio, which is just aistudio.google.com. And you can do a lot more from my experience, a lot more iterations of things. So that's probably what we'll use. Generally, I would say it's worth doing Midjourney for your images just because they're so good and they're so cinematic. Today, I'll keep it in Google, but if I was really doing this ad, I would go in and do Midjourney, and you can just see some of the stuff I've been working on. Like these AI generated images are pretty unbelievable, and different styles and things that I've been working on. So I would suggest, if you have Midjourney, you would go to Midjourney. This is for a commercial I did. And then this is for like a sci-fi kind of project that I'm working on as well. But yeah, Midjourney stuff looks so good. It's just so cinematic, so unbelievable, so stylized. So I would suggest using Midjourney. But again, for today, we will use Google. Another tool that is really worth looking at is Galaxy AI. So this is owned by Samsung, and it's an aggregator of all these different companies. So Galaxy AI, it's $15 a month, which is super cheap. They also have a lifetime for like $400. And since it's owned by Samsung, it's probably not going to go away anytime soon. So that's great. But it has all of the, so you can come in and do here image. This is a video generator. So it has text to video, image to video, and video to video. And then you can just look, and these are all the the different, generators that it has. It has VEO, it has Kling, it has the older Sedance. Haluo is really good. I use that a lot. It's got Higgs filled. LTX can be good as well. And then there's also an image one. Yeah, here's the image generator. Same thing. So it's got Nano Banana. It's got Midjourney in it now. So they've added Midjourney to Galaxy AI. It's got Flux 2, which is a free open source. Sea Dream, which apparently is really good. Runway ML. A bunch of these. And this uses, you pay the $15 a month and then you get, I think, 15 million credits. I've never spent all the credits. And you can see I have 32. Let's see if I can 32.24 million right now, and on April 6th I'm getting another 15 million. So it rolls over. So whatever you don't use goes to the next month as well. So this is really good. And then they also have free credits every day, so you can just hop in here and get free credits. And it's like yesterday I got 400,000 credits, the day before 180,000. So you usually get like several million free credits a month as well, as long as you log in every day and make sure to click this stuff. So Galaxy AI, I highly recommend, and I will also post this in the chat here. I'm not logged into the chat. Hold on, sorry. Do that. So I have an affiliate code, which is just try.galaxy.ai/frictionless. And that just, then I get like 15% or no, 30% commission on everybody who signs up. So if you pay $15, I get 30% kickback from Galaxy AI, which is great. If you pay $400, I get 30% of that, which is even better. So if you do sign up for Galaxy AI, make sure to hit up that referral link. That'll be much appreciated. And I'll put the promo code too, which will give you 10 million bonus points or bonus credits. Promo code. Put that in there as well. Cool. So if you don't have Google Gemini or Midjourney or any of those, I would suggest going to Galaxy AI, because again, like we saw, you can get access to all of the different models. But today for this, we will use Google AI Studio, and we will work in Nano Banana. So let's start a new chat here, and we want to create and edit images. Let's go. So this will open a new chat window. And then this one I'll be able to talk in because it has a little microphone, which is great. So this has, is this the, hang on one second. I actually was in the wrong thing. Okay, image generation. Here we go. Playground. So Nano Banana. So we have Nano Banana, we have Nano Banana Pro, and we have Nano Banana 2. And each one uses more or less credits, because you're basically paying per credit, but it's super cheap. Like this is like, output is it's like 13 cents. Nano Banana regular is 0.03 cents, so not even, I guess that's 3 cents, 4 cents. We'll do Nano Banana, just regular Nano Banana. So then what you want to do, once you've figured out which image generator you're going to use, you go in and you want to select that first prompt. TikTok always asks me to do this little puzzle to keep streaming, which is weird. So I'm going to, if you remember, it said use the same lead character throughout. So I'm going to drop that in here first, copy and paste it, and then I'm going to drop in the first prompt, which is a talented young man, yada yada. And then we will, so we got all that in there. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Okay, so I put the prompt in there, and then we'll just hit run, and then Nano Banana is going to start doing its thing, and we'll see what it comes out with. That was pretty fast. I did something incorrectly. So in Google AI Studio, you can select your aspect ratio. If I was doing a film, I'd do 16:9 or 21.9 probably, which is, you know, widescreen CinemaScope. But since we're making a social media ad, we'll select 9:16, and then we will redo this first prompt here. I think we can just copy it. Yep. And then prompt it again, hit run, and then Nano Banana will make us a 9:16 version of this shot. And we'll look at it and see if we like it or if we want to make any changes. And then we'll continue along to the next one. And it already did it. So here's the first shot. Great. Guy in a room with a ring light, notes all over the board, cameras, his laptop. Cool. I like it. So we would download that and then go to our next shot. So again, I will take this male creator thing, drop that in, or I'll just put same guy. That'll be easier. One thing Nano Banana is really good at too, apparently, is keeping consistent. So we'll see how it works with this if it does make the same guy. Otherwise, we will just drop in that first shot each time, and then basically it'll know it's that guy. But we'll see what it does here. We'll see if it just keeps him the same. Okay. It is a different vibe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop in that first photo here and then repost that prompt. So that's the thing, like, you know, when you're using AI, you can use multiple AIs at once, one to write your prompts, one to generate the things. It also is very good at... Cor, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. He's all right. There was an Amazon delivery and my dog went crazy. Okay, so one thing you know, it usually helps if you, once you have your look dialed in, to drop in a photo each time to kind of help it understand what it's already created so it doesn't, you know, take a right turn and go completely crazy and create something new. So we'll see if this is any better for this close-up shot of the desk. It basically made the same thing. That is all right. Let's try one more thing here. Can I... Let me do this. I'm just going to add a little thing that says keep consistent keep things consistent with this image, and then we'll post, and we'll see if this does any better. AI is a lot of trial and error, but if you think about it like actually filming something on set, generally you do multiple takes. And so you might, you might do a first take, and then you might change up the blocking, or you might change the set design. You might say, we need to move this computer, this coffee mug, or whatever. So you just have to think about using AI like that. You're doing multiple takes until you find something you like, and then you move on to the next shot. So this one looks better. The coffee cup is in a different place, but it's it's the same lighting and things. So we'll just say that we like that. So we'll download that. Okay. So then our next one is young creator staring at a phone with disappointment. So we will drop this in. We'll say same guy and environment, and then we'll post in our new shot to see what it does. All right, so it moved him to his bedroom. The ring light is in the reflection, which is kind of weird. So let's see if we can just tell it to remove ring light. And let's see if it takes that ring light out of that shot. Again, this is like if you were on set, you would be art directing, you do something and then you notice something. So yeah, there, just by telling it, it took the reflection of that ring light out of the window because it looked weird. So cool, we like that. Okay, great. So then we will go to the next one, which is solo content creator filming himself repeatedly in the tiny apartment. And again, we'll say same guy and environment. Then we'll post in the new prompt, see what it gives us. All right. This one is going crazy with stuff. As you can see, sometimes AI goes nutty. There's like 3 faces in the reflection. He's got 2 cameras, ring light. There's a ring light on his eye. So we will redo that prompt. We will say no, we don't like that, and then we will redo this one, copy it as text, drop it in here, and see if it gives us something better. Again, just like doing multiple takes. I can't tell you how many times we were shooting a movie and something is wrong, a passerby walks through the shot or something like that. It can be a mess. This is a much better way of doing it, but it's still kind of the same process. So it did the same thing. So I'm just gonna say only one camera, one face, one light. Let's see if it fixes that. And then sometimes too, like you'll hit, and this goes with AI in general, whether you're doing generative AI, whether you're doing LLMs and things like that, just sometimes it just like breaks and stops working and you hit a wall, and just no matter what you try, it gives you junk. And so then, lots of times I'll go and like try a different program, a different generator, a different LLM or something like that. that's a little better. You know, for now, sure, fine. Let's just say that's good enough. We're not making an actual ad here today. This is just for instructional purposes. So this next one, clean modern AI content manager web app. Okay, so same guy and environment. And then we'll post this one. This is going to be this should be the web app on the laptop or the phone or whatever it decides to do. Laptop screen is in the prompt, so should be in a laptop. Okay, so here's this. It's clean. It's the same guy. It's got that same weird. I'm just gonna say remove ring light. I kind of like this because now it's, you know, it's brighter lighting, it's daytime, he's kind of nicer, things are a little bit nicer, there's no clutter on the desk, it's got this nice you know, frame on the computer. Cool, it removed the ring light, so we'll download that one, we like that. And then our next prompt, shot 6, the same young creator now sits upright and focused at a desk, looking relieved, energetic. Again, we'll say same guy and, well, it's the same guy. We won't say the same environment. Let's see what it does here. And the more detailed you are with these prompts, the better they're going to be. And you can, again, have AI write better prompts. You could, you know, bring all of this. You could tell OpenClaw exactly your you know, that you're working with Nano Banana, and it'll give you prompts specifically for Nano Banana. It's a bunch of different ways to do it. It basically just gave us the same shot for that, except he's smiling. So I'm not crazy about that one. Let's do, let's drop in our first shot and see if we can kind of come back to this space. So we'll give it that first one of him sitting in the chair, and then, but now he's upright, focused at his desk, looking relieved, energized. We'll see what it does here. What it creates. Nope, it's kind of stuck in this loop with this guy. And again, this is just something that happens, and you gotta pressure test and figure things out. Let's see how we want to do this. We'll say new shot. Let's see if that helps. See if that gives us anything new. Man, it really wants to be in this living room now. I don't know why. All right, fine. Screw it. We'll say yeah, sure. Okay. Image 7, stylized screen based. We'll drop this in, see what it gives us. If it gives us this other thing, we might have to kick over to Galaxy AI or something and try something new. Lots of times AI gets caught in what's called loops, where it kind of just like gets stuck in this thing. But okay, stylized screen-based visual of 4 congruent social media posts generated around one unified time. Okay, there's those. Sure, he's selling his furniture. So we'll say yeah for this. And then shot 8, close up of smartphone in hand. We'll drop this in, see what it gives us. And you just build these out. You just build out these images. Again, Midjourney is going to be a lot better at this. just because Midjourney is so cinematic, and you can choose the aspect ratio and stuff, so you can do 9:16 on Midjourney as well. But for this process, we're doing this. Man, back to this counter with this dude in the background. I'm gonna just have him remove guy, and see if it takes him out. Yeah, thanks for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. So we'll remove this dude. Hopefully it'll just give us the hand and the phone with his furniture selling app. Oh, now he's got two hands. Well, it's only one hand. Yeah, if you can see, AI likes to do stuff like this too. I guess it's two. He has two right hands, or someone else is holding the phone and he's pointing to it. I don't know what's happening, but we'll try and fix that with a prompt. Nope, still didn't do it. All right, for now we will move on, but you would keep you know, working that. And let's see. Sorry, I'm looking on TikTok real quick. Finish short service. I'll do that later. So then, thanks for the like, Non. Appreciate it. All right, then we go to the shot 9. So, okay, we are finally out of the apartment. Hopefully, we'll see if Nana Banana takes us out or keeps us stuck in counter hell in this small Hollywood apartment. But hopefully, we're going to go to West Hollywood Street in elevated casual fashion, holding his phone, visibly more confident. Personal brand energy. There we go. Okay. Yeah, he's happy. He's feeling good now. He's like, he's not stuck in his little Hollywood apartment with the ring light running off power from an outlet outside because he can't pay his power bill. Now he's like, he's just walking the streets, looking at his phone, smiling because the app is doing everything for him. So we do that. Then we go to shot 10. The creator and slick modern rooftop. So we'll kick this up. We'll see what it gives us here. He's dressed sharper now. It's overlooking Los Angeles. And we can see, just from that small prompt, like it knows, like, I don't know if this is actually West Hollywood, but it's got the palm trees lining the road, the little umbrellas and awnings, some cars. I would buy it. And then now he's up on a roof, kind of looks like Soho House, hanging out on the patio. He's dressed all in black, sleek, got matching black Chucks on, looking at his phone. Downtown LA in the background, there's the US Bank building there. So that's cool. I'll buy that, sure. Then we go to prompt 11. This is a network party. So we'll see what it does here. Kick this up. And you just build out these images. You just keep building them out. And then once we have all 14 of them, then we'll move on to the video side of, designing this ad. And, if you think about like that shot that we looked at on Hollywood, him walking down West Hollywood, so probably Santa Monica Boulevard, he was in the middle of the street. Like, to do that, we would have to have cops. We would have to close the road. We'd have to have like all these PAs doing lockups, permits, all that stuff. It'd be super expensive. We just did it here on a computer on a Friday afternoon, not spending, pretty much a dime other than little credits here and there. And then here's him at his party back at Soho House, hanging out with fancy dressed people. Cool. We'll say we like that. If we wanted to change it to like a Hollywood Hills or something, we could. And then we kick out this this next prompt, stepping out of a black SUV. So we'll bring this in here. See what it makes us. Nice. Red carpet, SUV, lights, fancy dress people. Says Hollywood on the step and repeat back there. We like that. That's sexy. All right. Almost to the end here. Shot 13. Close up of the creator at the premiere event. Photographers flashing, exploding around him. Confidence. Ooh. Polished skin. I don't know what that was. It's in my Discord. Did you hear that noise? Discord going crazy. So it's making this guy. Okay, there we go. It's a close-up of him, kind of close-up of the same shot. Cool, we'll take it. And then the last one we're going to do here is shot 14, which is our heroic cinematic portrait. A successful young content creator walking forward through camera flashes and glamorous event lighting. Expression calm, self-assured, Hollywood success. And it'll make that. Hopefully it's different from this SUV shot. If not, I might tweak it a little bit. All right, yeah, that's nice. That's the shot we want to end on. This big red carpet, him walking, looking all awesome, all the people, watching him taking photos and stuff. So cool. So we got that. So now, let's see here. Let me get we got our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got our images. I'm just looking at him real quick. Okay, we like the one where he's reclining, so I'll delete that one. Okay, so now what we want to do is we'll stay in Google AI Studio. Again, if you were on Galaxy AI, right, and you were an image generator, then you would just switch over to video generator. And all of these have basically, you can drop in an image and then you put the prompt. So that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do it over on in Gemini, in Google AI Studio. So I'll go back to Playground, and then this time I'll select video generator, and then we'll say VO Lite. Let's do VO Lite because it says it's our most cost-effective video generation. So we'll do that. I gotta link my little API key. Okay, it's linked. Is it? All right. So now what we want to do is start with our first image here. And I'll just drag it. Maybe, no, I can't drag it. Okay. I'll open it. Upload the image. This is our first one, which is here. And then I'll go back and grab the first video prompt. And then we will have it create this. So you want to drop in your image that you created, and then you'll drop in your video prompt, and then we'll just hit run and up. And see, I did the same. I'm going to stop it because we want 9:16, and then we'll actually do 4 seconds because we have 14 and we're only trying to make a 45-second trailer. So we'll say 4 seconds at 9:16, and now we'll run it and we'll wait. These usually take a little bit longer than images because it's creating an actual video, and a lot of the video generators now do sound as well. I always generate it with, sometimes it does music as well. So if you only want sound, you can, maybe say like no music. If you want no sound, you just add that to your prompt, no sound. But lots of times it's good to have the sound if you want, and then you would generate AI music and voiceover and stuff later on in the process once you create all of these video clips. So it made this first one. Let's check this out. He's looking all sad. Cool. We like it. Okay. So we like that one. And then now we're going to do the next one. So we're going to add our second image here, which is this guy. And then we're going to drop in our second prompt. Pop this in here, hit run, and we just do this. So we develop the script with AI, develop all the prompts with AI, generate all the images with AI. Then we use the images and the prompts from AI to generate the video clips. And then we use AI to generate all the voiceover, which we would use, and we will use 11 Labs for that. They're kind of the best natural sounding voice generator. And then we will use Suno to generate the music, and then we would bring all of that into our nonlinear editing system, whether Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or CapCut. Professionally, I use DaVinci Resolve now for all of my stuff. But for most of the social media stuff, I've been using CapCut just because lots of times I'm traveling and I just have my phone with me or my little Chromebook. So I'll just do it on CapCut because it's quick and easy. So this is the clip here. He is typing aggressively, but that works. Again, I think for this we won't be using any of the music or the sound effects. But if you were, then you would just add that to your prompt. No music or no sound effects. So we'll add this guy, and then we'll add this prompt for shot 3. We'll get this in here. We'll see what this makes. Are there any filmmakers or content creators out there in the world? What's up, Taco Butter? Can you have my autograph? Sure, DM me. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and if you want to see the last movie I directed, it's called Pandora: Fire and Ice. It's on all the streaming platforms, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Vudu. I don't know if it's on Tubi yet, but a lot of other movies that I either directed or acted in are on Tubi. And then, okay, so here's this one. This music is killing me. So he's disappointed, which is what it says in the prompt. So good. Okay, so we made that, and then we'll go into shot 4, I believe. Nope, don't want that. Shot 4, which is here. We are almost out of the dark shots, the before the product shots. So we'll drop that in, and hopefully you guys are starting to understand the workflow of this thing and how it all works and connects together. Again, it's like you could, if I was doing a real ad, I could probably create an entire solid ad that performs well on social media in maybe 6 to 8 hours. If we were shooting this commercial, probably be minimum a couple days of shooting. Let's look at this.
Okay, take one. The most important feature of this lens is the, wait, no, take two.
Okay, so cool. It got a little creative there. That's fine. We don't, for this process, that works just fine. But you can also, just how we, with the image prompts, we're kind of giving it notes and adjusting it. You could do the same thing with video. You just, if you don't like what it did, you tell it what you want to change, and you just, this is literally like doing multiple takes. So it's like, oh, okay, we don't like that. Let's do another take, but this time let's change this, or let's change that, or let's have him walk into shot, or whatever. It's just like directing, but you're directing AI generations by typing what you want. So that's when you hear like prompting, and that's going to be a big, I think, job that companies are, looking for, is like AI prompters, which are essentially just people who can write prompts that make the AI do what they want it to do. So the better you can get at prompt writing and using AI to write prompts for you, I think, there's going to be a lot of work for you in the future.
Simply input your theme and watch as the AI content manager populates.
No, it just disappeared. He disappeared into the computer. Cool. I love that this is like all of a sudden getting very it's like adding its own narration and all kinds of stuff. Again, for this, we're not going to use any of the audio. We'll create our own with the voiceover and with Suno, and then in 11 Labs now you can also do sound effects. So if we do need any sound effects like the photographer flash bulbs going and stuff, we can just create that with AI as well. So it's literally a total AI workflow that's going on here. And you can see these are kicking out pretty fast. Like this one's 40 seconds it took. So here's the video for this guy. I don't know who this is, but that's all right. We'll take that. And then we'll go to our next shot, which is going to be him using the app. Oh, this is the one where it was like 2 hands, right? So we liked this one. Okay, that's why I used the wrong prompt for the shot we just did. So I'm just going to generate another one for that and see what it does. That's why I got weird and like cut to him going like this, because it was one prompt off. So I'll just regenerate this with the correct prompt for this shot, which is the phone app, and we'll see if it's any better. Probably will not cut to the guy after like half a second of the app shot. So yeah, thanks to everybody for tuning in today. Again, we will be doing a live stream every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be going through deep dives for AI and OpenClaw and vibe coding and stuff like that. For those of you just joining us today, we are working on creating an ad for a social media AI content manager that I've been creating. So we are generating the video clips for the ad right now. Cool. That one's better. Okay. This guy is selling furniture is what he's doing. All right. So now we go to this shot of the hand on the phone. We'll grab this close up of hand holding a phone. Drop that prompt in, make that, and we'll wait around while it does its thing. By the way, has anybody seen the that AI documentary that's out in theaters? It was produced by the Daniels, the brothers who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was supposed to go see it on Wednesday night, but I ended up getting invited to a last minute event, so I haven't seen it yet. But I think I'm going to see it this weekend, and it looks very good, and I'm excited to see it. Okay, so we got the weird two-hand person doing their thing. These are getting fairly lame. And again, like, this is if I was doing a real ad, I would be probably over at Galaxy AI. I would be using models like Kling and Haluo and things like that. They just do a bit more. They do better, more cinematic, less AI, less corporate-y kind of stuff. But this at least gives you an idea of the workflow, which is really what we're mainly concentrating on today. So we'll go to the next shot of him walking down the streets of West Hollywood. Tracking shot of the creator. Drop this prompt in. And the cool thing too is once you get all of these and you bring it into your editor and you start cutting it like you would cut an actual ad or commercial, the nice thing is if something doesn't work or you're like, I wish we would have gotten this moment or something like that, if it was an actual production, you'd have to go and do what's called pickup. So you'd have to spend more money, hire the crew again, and go out and like physically shoot it. But here, if you forgot something or you changed something and you want a new shot, you just come back into AI and type the new thing and then generate a shot and then drop it into your edit. So the workflow is much quicker, way cheaper, and it just really works out nicely. Yeah, he's styling, he's happy, he's chilling. This app took all the stress out of his life. He's living the Hollywood life now, and that's good because that's what we want to show in this ad. So then we upload the next one, which is going to be him at Soho House, and we'll drop this prompt in. We're almost done. This is shot 10. Oh, okay. So I've exceeded my quota for the day. So what we will try to do now, see if we can do it, is come over to Gemini and create video and drop in our shot here. Because again, we've already made the images. So now we drop this in, bring this here, and let's see what happens. See if it works. So that's a nice thing too with Gemini is like they have like Google Gemini, they have Google AI Studio, they have there's a couple others, so you can kind of like jump around. And then I have my personal account with Google, I have my two business accounts with Google, so I can just jump around and like use all the different ones. So if I hit a quota for the day, I can just move into another one and use that to create, finish my workflow, which is nice. So this one might be a little bit longer. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, you just this is the chillest film set I've ever been on. Usually it's 12 hours of chaos and things not going right and all kinds of shenanigans. So if I can, just make things and direct this way, hanging out with my dog, it's way simpler. All right, so let's close this thing. So here's the ad it made. Cool, is walking. Yeah, nice.
Time to build.
Oh yeah, it takes
The city is mine.
The city is mine. I love it. Okay, we like that. So yeah, this one's saying I can generate 2 more videos today. Okay, so we'll see what we got here. We're almost done. We might have to get creative on the last couple. Let's do this guy and we'll get that prompt. Set upscale party. And we'll create this video. Thanks all the people for hopping into the live. Gotten some likes and stuff. I'm still figuring out the TikTok or the tiki-taki, like I like to call it. Yeah, eventually I want to figure out how to do OBS on TikTok as well, so you guys can see the screen, because you're missing out on what we're making here. But again, if you want to see the computer, just head over to YouTube or Instagram at Canyon Prince, and you can see the screen and everything that we're working on. I'm gonna bring that over here. This is generating this, so we'll get one more video here, and then I'll probably hop into Galaxy AI. So this is that
Great
video.
to see you. Cheers.
Okay,
Thanks
yeah,
for coming,
cool.
man. Hey, thanks for having me. Great party, guys. Great to see you.
Okay. And that's another thing too, like, you don't have to, when you're generating these videos, you don't have to, the whole thing doesn't have to be amazing, right? Like, these are making 8-second clips. The ones we were doing earlier are only 4-second clips, because that's all I need. So like the top of that video where it morphs and stuff, we don't need that. We would cut in once he walks up to like the group. So
Cheers. Thanks for coming, man. Hey, thanks for
right
having
there,
me.
We would start using
Great
it.
party, guys.
Use it through here.
Great to see you.
So that's, a thing to think about. So then we'll do this one here. And we're almost done with these. 3 more. So shot 12. Put our description in. Let this generate. And then this will be our last one on Google Gemini. So you can see, like, Google Gemini itself only lets me make 3 videos a day. Google AI Studio let me do 9 or 10 videos for a day. And then, and that's just totally free. You get that with your subscription. So you can either stop working for the day and then do more the next day, or the more you use AI, the more tools you have, so you can jump around. So I showed you how to start with Google AI Studio and then hop into Gemini. And then after this video, we will go to Galaxy AI, and we will do our last 2 shots, because there we can do as much as we have credits for. And like you saw, we have 32 million credits right now. So once this one's generated, we'll look at it. So cool.
All right, I'm here. Over here, please. Look this way.
You just dropped.
Thank you all for coming. Character A, to the left.
But we can just
Hello,
use this.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. Over here, please. Look this way.
So we'll just start right there.
Thank you all.
Right? Because again, it does weird things now. but we don't need to use the whole clip. So we've reached our generation limit until 5:50 p.m. So in a couple hours, I'll get more, but for this, we'll just go over here to Galaxy AI, to our video generator. We will select VEO fast, and then we'll just continue the process for these last two shots. So we got this one here. We'll upload it, drop it in, hit done, and then we will drop in our prompt. It's going to be slow motion. Put that in here. We'll select our aspect ratio of 9:16. We really only need 4 seconds here, and then we'll hit generate. These usually take a bit more time, but the nice thing is we can start the next one since this one's already processing. So we'll come in here, we'll drop in the final photo, which is this guy, and we will drop in the new prompt here, epic final hero shot. Same thing, 9:16, 4 seconds, hit generate. And then we'll wait for those to process, and those will be our final 2 shots for the ad. So it's just a workflow of, again, coming up with the idea, developing it, turning it into the script and the prompts for it, creating the images, taking those images and the video prompts, creating the video clips, and then you start editing. And you would also do the same thing for voiceover, sound effects, and music. It is 2:54 right now, so we will, once we get these, we'll probably call it a day. And next week, we'll do another live where we'll go through the sound effects and the music and the voiceover, and then cutting this all together. But let's look at what we got here. That's cool. I like the fireworks and stuff. So we like that. We'll download that guy. And then we'll just wait for this last one to process. And then we will have all of our clips done in, what did that take? We started streaming at 1. It's 3 Pacific time, so 2 hours, and I probably spent the first half hour of that yapping. So an hour and a half. We created all the assets for this other than sound. So pretty good timeline for shooting an ad. Nice. So that's a good final, and we'll download that. So again, we have all of our clips, all of our images. So this is I think a really good place for us to stop for this week's live stream. Next week, probably before Friday, I'll probably live stream sometime during the week to finish this thing up so we can dive into something else on Friday. But if not, then definitely next Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, we will get into generating the voiceover, the narration, and the music and the sound effects for everything. And then we will cut it all together either in DaVinci Resolve or CapCut. And then we will have a finished ad for social media that, probably all in will have taken us 3 to 4 hours and cost us $10, maybe not even in credits and stuff. So not bad considering that, we're essentially making this commercial, if we were practically shooting it, just this shot right here, if you look with all of these, all of this background, this red carpet, the lighting that we would have to light this place with at night, these, fireworks that are going on. You know, that's a lot of money. So I would say this commercial probably, I don't know, I'm scrappy, so you could probably shoot this commercial for $100,000. But if it was a actual commercial crew and stuff like that, this is probably a, you know, couple $1 million commercial that we're making in 3 to 4 hours and no more than $10. So that's the power of AI, especially for ads and things like that. So thanks everybody for tuning in today and watching this. We do a live every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to follow me on all the socials at Cannon Prince Official on TikTok, and then at Cannon Prince on all the other socials. Check out everything we're doing. We're posting videos every day on the Human Reboot Experiment and my Open AI Banyan. And then we just introduced Danyan today, and she's going to be posting a video as soon as I get off the live. She'll probably post that at 4. So make sure to follow me so that you can see that. And then this live will be up on my YouTube to watch replays of if you want to see more of the process, and if you came in late and missed everything. Feel free to hit me up, shoot a DM, leave me comments, let me know what you're looking at. TikTok Bubby, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm getting off now. I've been streaming for 2 hours, but I love you and I miss you, and you are an inspiration. TikTok Bubby, everybody follow her. She's the TikTok Bubby, and she's awesome. So yeah, thanks for everything. Thanks for the follows and stuff, and I will see you all next week, Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks a lot. Now I gotta figure out, this is always the awkward part where I forget how to turn it off. All right, guys, thanks. All right, TikTok is gone. And thanks everybody on the YouTubes and Instagram and stuff. And Danyan will be posting a video at 4. So make sure to check that out. And if you want to watch a replay of this, head over to YouTube. It'll definitely be there. And I think there's a way for me to do the replay on Instagram and stuff too. So I'll look into that. But thanks for everything.